A very good evening to all of you. How are you guys doing? Please just let me know in the chat below, guys, if I'm clearly audible. My screen is visible to you. I'm just quickly going to open up important pages that you might just need during the session. Please just let me know. All right. How are you guys doing? Let's not. Okay. So, one thing stating very clear to all of you who have just joined me, we are not going to learn anything theoretical in the session. I want this particular session to be absolutely, utmostly interactive. I'm going to throw questions for you. You are going to ask me questions, answer those questions, and then we are going to get the solutions, right? So, are we ready for some major problem statements regarding verbal, resume, or interview prep, or any soft skill? And we are going to move forward with that. All right. Will you share the format of resume? Definitely, you will be getting a resume template, a link which where we have 10 resume templates absolutely for free. You will also be getting that. Don't worry, we are going to talk about multiple things. I know we're going to talk about a lot of things in this video. There's verbal, there's resume building, there's interview prep, there's soft skills, and so on. So don't worry, we will definitely talk about all of those things. Just give me a second, I'll be back in no time. Okay, I'm back. I was just going to source my charger. All right. So, are you guys ready for a very interactive session along with me? Because I need your questions, I need your answers, which is only how we are going to move forward with the session here. All right, let's get to that. So, what are you expecting from this session? Are you expecting that I'm going to get placed today? I'm going to create a resume by myself and I'm going to get placed in all the companies that I apply to. If that is a motive, you're going to get that achieved. If you're going to understand that I'm going to absolutely score myself 10 out of 10 and 10 into verbal ability after I complete the session, maybe yes. Same goes with the soft skills. So let's begin. But before that, let me just quickly ask you, where are you at your placement stage? Are you preparing your resume? Are you applying to the companies? Do you think that you have good number of soft skills? Let's just start off with the chit chat. And meanwhile, you reply to me. Also, don't forget that you should be connected with us on all of our social media handles. The links are there in the description box because we keep giving you latest hiring updates, and we come live, we interact, we bring interactive sessions for you just like this one, so that you can move ahead in a placement journey up ahead of the others, right? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because you're watching us on YouTube, isn't it? So subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get so much more content from us, regarding our placements, regarding the job updates, and so on. So another great news that TCS Code Vita has also started. The registrations have begun for TCS Code Vita. We did post it about on our WhatsApp and Instagram. So make sure that you're connected with us so that you don't miss out on these updates, right? And another very good thing that we are running a great sale, an Engineers Day sale. So a very happy Engineers Day to all my dear engineers out there, right? A very happy Engineers Day. And on that occasion, we have a sale going on with 80% off on PrepInsta Prime subscription. So you can use the coupon code YouTube, YOUTUBE YouTube, and get an 80% off. But that's that. Let's talk about what we are into for. Right? Let's start off with the verbal ability section. So we are going to divide the three sections into, let's say, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minute discussion. So we're going to allocate 20 minutes of verbal, at least 15 to 20 minutes. Let's do that. Is that fine for everyone? Okay. Great. So I can see multiple answers coming in that you're applying, you're preparing, you're developing skills for aptitudes. Great. Preparing and applying. Thank you. Today I have cleared my Accenture round one. PrepInsta helped me a lot. We are more than happy to have been of great help in your placement journey, Revant. Ma'am, I filled application form on next step, apply for drive option. No, Vaishnavi, you will not get the apply to drive option. You will be getting the TCS Code Beta link on our Instagram channel. As you can just come over here on Prepinster 2025 in this particular link right over here. If you come here, you follow us on Instagram, click on get all of the links, and you will be getting the TCS Code Beta link right here, right? TCS Code Beta is hiring. You can get this application link from our Instagram page. So come over our Instagram. The link is there in the description, or it will also be floating in the live chat. Come on our Instagram, deal with us, connect with us, and we are going to be more than happy to help you out. But keeping all of those aside, let's start off with the verbal ability section. So, guys, what do you think about the verbal section? Do you think it's the easiest? If it is the easiest, if that is what you think, so how much would you score yourself out of 10? This is the best exercise that I love to do. I love to ask my students, how much would you rate yourself on the verbal section? And then I pick those students up who score themselves above 6, because that's a really good score. So I'm going to do the same drill over here. How much do you think you're going to score yourself out of 10? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Which category do you fall into? Ma'am, BCA, BSc students cannot apply for most service-based companies. What is the alternative to get into such companies without opting for higher studies? Skills, guys. Skills, projects, certifications. Skills are beating graduation degrees. Project are beating degrees in the form of selection. So skilling is the new India. That is what it is. If you want to get hired, upskill yourself, skill yourself so much that no recruiter can put down your resume, which again we'll be talking about. So make sure that you create yourself such a personality for yourself in the resume that no one can put you down. Right? Okay, so we are getting the scores in. We are getting 6, 7, 8. So everyone above the rate of 6. We also have 5 here. Great, no worries. We have multiple numbers coming down. So let's begin. Now, the basics of verbal ability is not just English, but it's overall communication level, right? So verbal does not mean English. Companies over here have labeled verbal ability as English language. There's a difference between the two. Verbal ability means any language which you can speak with a fluency, right? But here it's English, no worries, no putting down anyone. So first you have to start off with basic grammar. Everybody knows that basic grammar is the most important. Can anyone give me all of the 10 parts of speech? Can anyone give me in the comment 10 parts of speech? I want to know all the 10. That is the basic most grammar. 10 parts of speech. And yeah, I need that answer first. Quickly, I can see multiple people answering. So great. If you also have a notebook in your hand, make sure you get a notebook in your hand. Jot all the important stuff down. If you also have your friends or anyone who can catch up in this particular session, get them on board. We're going to have a great session. We're not going to teach you anything, but practically get you experienced into it, right? So we are getting answers as noun. Hi, very good evening. Good evening, Pavitra. Okay, so we just have 1 out of 10. Pronoun, 2. 2 comes into the list. Any other adjectives, prepositions? All right, 4 in the list. Adverb, 5. Verb, 6. Great. All right, getting repetitive. We are missing out on 4 more. 10 parts of speech, right? How many parts of speech do we have, guys? I asked for 10 parts of speech. How many parts of speech do we actually have? Is it 10? Determiners? No, determiners is not parts of speech. It's a form of pronoun. Determiners are not parts of speech. They're form of pronouns, right? But nobody questioned one thing. Ma'am, there are only 8 parts of speech. There are no 10 parts of speech. There are only 8 parts of speech, right? No 10. Please, no, nobody question me. Ma'am, you're wrong. There are only 8 parts of speech. No worries. Yes, we have noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, preposition, adjective, interjections, and conjunctions. Those are the 8 parts of speech. So if you know the rules on how to apply those parts of speech, you have won 25% of the game. That is all you need. Moving ahead from here, what you need in the hierarchy, you need tenses, right? I hope you have a good knowledge of tenses: past perfect, past perfect, future, then present perfect, present continuous, simple present, present perfect continuous, right? Past perfect continuous. So I'm going to quickly question you one thing. So Faizan Taraskar says, give me prime. I will be more than happy to get you prime. Please, one of the team members will be connecting with you very soon. Please share your details with them, and one of our mentors will be more than happy to help you out. Also, we are also running on great sale, Engineers Day sale with 80% off. So you can use the coupon code YouTube, YOUTUB YouTube, and get it for yourself, right? Okay, moving forward with that. So we have tenses next: past, perfect, present, future, all of those things. If you know that, your life becomes easier, right? Next, we have articles. Okay, so articles, a, and the, right? Can anyone tell me what kind of article is the, the? Can anyone tell me the, the? Moving forward. Okay, so I was asking for THE. I think there's some issue with my writing pad. Okay, just a second, guys. I want to disconnect and connect back. Yeah, definite article. Exactly. It is definite article. I don't know, something is off with my writing pad. Absolutely, it is definite article. So it is used before the proper nouns, or let's say names of the stars. Not name of the stars. The stars, the sun, the moon, the unique one, the proper nouns. It's used before them. Great. So if you know these rules, now if you want to know more rules about the verbal English, you can come on a dashboard of prepinsta.com, right? You can come here, you can check all of the questions. We have multiple questions on each of the topics. We have rules, how to solve quickly, because definitely not accuracy, but also speed is important, right? So how to solve quickly. And then we also have tricks and shortcuts. Very basic tricks, very basic shortcuts that is going to get your answers sooner than the other students, right? So because the clock is always ticking, the clock is always ticking during the examination. So if you fall behind the clock, you're not going to complete the exams, which is why we also have tricks and shortcuts for you. So you can come onto this page. You will be getting the link of this page in the chat here. So make sure that you bookmark all of the links that are being pushed here so that you don't miss out on them once the live session ends. Coming up, next we have subject verb agreement. All right, so one very interesting question that I have is, can anyone give me any exception rule or subject verb agreement where the rule does not imply? Can anyone give me all of those who scored themselves above 6? Can you give me an exception rule or subject verb agreement? Anyone? Or else, next we are going to move towards error identification. If you want again more details about it, you can come on to our verbal English page. We have a complete page for the verbal English section over here, rules, how to solve quickly, and more. I know people are waiting for the resume, so we are going to move towards resume, but let's just quickly complete the verbal section. All right, then we have error identification. Obviously, if you know the top 4 topics very nicely, you are going to get all of the questions instantly for the remaining topics, right? Next, we have speech and voice. Again, if you know the tenses and the transitions, you know speech and voice. Same happens with reading comprehension. For reading comprehension, there are certain rules that you definitely need to follow in order to complete the entire question in very few minutes or very few seconds, right? Again, those rules are properly mentioned here. Plus, they're also mentioned on Prep Insta Prime. If you come here on our page and you get to the verbal course over here, right here in the aptitude section, you have everything explained in details, right? So if you wish to get that, you can come over here and take a look at all of these topics. End of verbal ability. Let's move towards resume building because I know most of you have been waiting for that. Verbal ability was just a part of it. Let's get that done because you may find multiple questions, multiple theory on Prepinsta and prepinstaprime.com for the verbal section. Moving towards the resume building section, we are going to talk about the resume building for most of the part here. Okay. Now, I have already given the answer here, but guys, honestly, what will be the first step that you take when you are sitting for building your resume? Whenever you sit with your resume, what is the first thing that you do? Honestly, tell me. Don't look at the screen and answer. Honestly, tell me what is the first thing that you do. Even if you're incorrect, it's absolutely fine. Fill the application form even before the registration open and the option to apply for drive did not appear. Will I be able to apply when the registration opens? Smart hiring. Vaishnavi, we will have to see to it. It's absolutely fine if you have registered on the TCS Next Step portal. You can register on it anytime. Once they live out the hiring, once they push the hiring to live, you will definitely get the apply to drive section in your Next Step portal ID. No worries about that. If you want more information, you can come onto our YouTube. We have a complete video on how to apply to drive. Post the Next Step registration, you can come and watch that video. The link will be there somewhere in the description box. Okay. So the first thing that you do is get the font style. No, that is not the correct answer. The first thing that you should do once you start your resume building is know the job description. Knowing the job description, guys, is the most important part when you start off with building your resume. Why am I saying so? Because if you have a resume that you are trying to cater to all the roles that you're applying for, your resume will never be selected or shortlisted in any of the companies. Because right now, what are we looking for? We are looking for an ATS friendly resume, right? And an ATS friendly resume is only possible if you have all the keywords that you can find in the job description and put them down in your resume, right? So the first thing that you should always be doing is know the job description, right? Next that you should do is the keyword research. Now, how are you going to do a keyword research? We have a complete course on that again, A to Z, step-by-step building of the resume. Right here in the resume course, you can come here, get the course and understand. But if you wish to know in short form, copy the entire job description, paste it on the keyword researcher, resume keyword researcher, and you will get some of the keywords. Once you get all of the keywords, pick some of the keywords up and then create a resume summarizing the keyword in the resume over here, right? So make sure that your resume has all of the keywords or at least 50% of the keywords that are present in the job description. Only then your resume will be an ATS friendly resume, right? Next is deciding on the template. Now again, why is template on the third chronology? Because your template should be an ATS friendly template. Now, ma'am, what is an ATS friendly template? I think keywords is the most important for resume. No. How can you make your template an ATS friendly template? It should be plain. It should be simple. It should have keywords. It should not have a picture of you. That is one of the most important parts. It should not have a picture of you, right? And your chronology of the information should be in a proper order. Your format should be correct. Format meaning if you are putting, let's say, if you are adding your education as DDMM, right? YY. That is your date, month, and year. If this is the format of your education, your experience format should also be the same. You cannot use MMYYDT over here. This is going to make your resume not ATS friendly, right? So your resume, in order to make it an ATS friendly resume, make sure that you have proper format, proper links. Your projects should have links. Your certificate should have link. You should have a LinkedIn ID. Your portfolio should have a link. All of that can be presented in a linking format should have a link. That is how you create a complete ATS friendly resume, right? Next is information input. Now, information input again absolutely depends on what information do you want to input. Let's say that you have created 5 projects, but only 2 of them relate to the job description that you're applying for. So make sure that you don't insert all of the 5 projects in the resume. Put down only those 2 projects that correspond to the job description. You can keep the remaining 3 projects for different job description, right? So that is how you're going to tailor your information according to the job description. Next comes chronology. Now, what is chronology, ma'am? It's experience, education, and skills and achievements. No. There's a difference between chronology for the freshers and for the experienced. Where does education come for the freshers? On the top. Where does education come for the experiences? In the second position, right? Let's say experience. For the freshers and experience, if you don't have an experience, don't put at all. But if you have internship experience, you can add it in the second position. If you have project experience or community group experience, you can put it here. But if you have a good experience for more than 6 months, 7 months, you should always put it in the first place. That is how we use chronology. Next, you can use your skills, your achievements, your certifications, and your projects. That should be your chronology, right? So make sure that your resume becomes ATS friendly by the job description, the keywords, the template, and the information. Finally, most important part where all of the resumes or most of the resumes get rejected is because there are grammatical errors and you don't proofread your resume. Make sure that whenever you're sending that or clicking that print button or save button, you have proofread your resume with no grammatical mistakes, no spelling mistakes, nothing. Finally, apply for the job, right? So once you do all of these things and tailor your resume for the job description separately, you will see an increase in the chances of your resume being shortlisted, right? Okay, now anybody has any questions regarding the resume section, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out. I want the session to be exactly, appropriately and utmostly interactive. And if you have any query, do let me know. I'm more than happy before we move towards the next part, which is, and I don't know. Okay, which is the communication skills part. But before moving to that, if you have any query, do let me know about the resume building section. Because the next part is even more interactive. It's communication. All right, it's soft skills. Okay. Anybody has any doubt regarding resume building? You will be getting free templates, free resume building templates. Don't worry, it will be linked in the description box once the live session ends. So you can get up or you can get away all of the links from there and use it in your resume. Now, one very important thing that I would like to add here is you should always have 2 resumes. Ma'am, it's so difficult to create one resume, and you are saying that we should have 2 resumes? Are you serious? Are you joking with us? No, I'm not joking. I'm telling you, you should use 2 resumes. Why? One should be the ATS friendly resume, which should be a simple and plain one, black and white. Absolutely black and white. You can add some colors here and there, but that shouldn't be stock red or stock purple or blue and yellow. Don't do that. And the second one is a more attractive one, which you take to your interview, right? Which is a physical resume. You take to your interview. It should be attractive one, right? It should be an attractive resume where you can insert your photograph. You have those bifurcating colors. One part is blue, one part is white. and you are inserting colors here and there, formatting, all of that can be done in your physical resume which you take to the interview. And the ATS friendly one is the one that you upload while applying for a job, right? Okay, I hope that is clear to you. Ma'am, resume or CV, which one is better? I get this question a lot. Resume is better. If now again, I cannot tell you resume or CV is better because both have their different use cases. Now, CV, where do you use a CV? Whenever you want to move forward with your education or in academics or in research work, right? Where they want to know your entire education history, entire experience history, that is where you use your CV, right? CV is what? Curriculum vitae, right? Where you're talking about an entire curriculum. Whatever you have learned, whatever you have done, whatever research work you have done, that is what is asked. But if you're applying for a job, a resume is important. What is a resume? Where you are putting down your experience, your skills, and your knowledge onto the paper, right? Which should be not more than 2 pages, not more than 2 pages, but a CV is always more than 2 pages, minimum 2 pages, right? So that's the difference between the two. So use your resume whenever you're going forward with a job application. Use your CV if you are applying for, let's say, any higher studies or academic research, academic work, any institute where you want to teach. All of that is CV. All right, I hope that is clear for you. If you're applying for a job, get your resume. What templates should be used? Just like I shared that you should use 2 templates. One is an ATS friendly template, which is the black and white template. You will be getting that. And one is the colorful, better looking template that is pleasing to the eyes, right? Resume ATS score, how to check correctly, because we are facing many online checker, but there are showing different score. Now see, there is no proper I would say a metric that can say that your resume is absolutely 100% correct. I know you must have used this resume worded or resume checker and all of those things, but sadly right now we don't have any proper resume ATS status checker tool. You can definitely go on resume worded, and if it is above 75 or 80, that means your resume is good to go. But if it is not up until there, you need some iterations. Keep iterating it, keep using statistics. Now, again, most important stuff, most important thing that is coming up right now to get your ATS friendly resume is stats. I'm so sorry, something is definitely wrong. You need stats. Please make sure that you're using proper metrics of your work. Let's say I have gained 20%, I have increased 20% effectiveness by using this particular tool. So that 20% effectiveness is going to make your resume more ATS friendly, right? I have, for example, any experienced student is there. I have reduced the cost to 12% or by 12% and increased revenue to 2x. That 2x and that 12% is the metric that is going to show your potential to the recruiters. So make sure that you're adding statistics or metrics of your work, right? Small projects like tic-tac-toe game, can we keep it in resume, ma'am? Yes, you can keep it, but again, it should match your job description and whatever game. Let's say you have implemented or you have deployed a particular game, that game should be demoable. Whatever link you are giving in your PDF, that PDF should open a game, that tic-tac-toe game, and it should be in a way that the recruiter can play it. If it is that position, if it is of that level, absolutely you can give your link in the project. However, that particular software or let's say, I don't know the exact word, but the tools that you have used to create that resume or the API or whatever the technical terms are, if you have used that particular system or tool to create a game that is reflecting the job description, you can definitely use it. Okay. Ma'am, for physical resume, should I need to carry only 1 page or more than 1 page, ma'am? It's absolutely fine if we have more than 1 page, but it shouldn't be more than two. It should be maximum 2, minimum 1, right? Okay, guys, anything else regarding resume? Because we'll be moving forward and then I will not be coming back to resume. I'm just giving you 10 more seconds and then we'll move forward. All right. I hope your resume doubts are clear. Um, Moving forward with communication skills for placement. Should we? And then we have interview prep. Or should we do interview prep first? Let's do interview prep first. Then we'll move towards communication skills. All right. Okay. Interview prep. So, how many of you are here for interview preparation? How many of you are preparing for interview prep right now? How many of you are on the verge of giving interviews or you have cleared your examinations? Just quickly let me know. We'll quickly talk about it. Okay. Now, if you want to also start off with your interview prep, we have complete course on interview prep on our Prep Insta Prime website. For example, service-based interviews, product-based interviews, technical interviews, HR prep interview. We have a complete course on HR prep interview, group discussion, guesstimates, and so on. So if you wish to get yourself placed and ace that interview, you can get Prep Insta Prime right away because, like you know, that we are running an Engineers Day sale with 80% off. You can use the coupon code YouTube, YouTube, and start off with your interview prep. All right, starting off with the interview preparations. Okay, so we have two answers: Shalini and Johan. Both of them are preparing for the interview. Okay, so what do you think is the most important part when you go for an interview? All right, I'm going to ask you that question. What do you think is the most important part? Give your answers and then we will discuss. I have no where to go. We're going to quickly discuss and then we'll give you the answers. Okay, so there are a lot of people who are preparing for interviews. Which companies are you preparing for, guys? Do let our audience know so that maybe it's the dream company. Maybe they can try to. Maybe they can be your competitors during the interview journey. Confidence, exactly. Like I just said, that yes, skills is important, certifications is important, projects is important, your degree of knowledge is important. All of this is important, but the most important is your soft skills and your personality development. How are you preparing? How are you giving out your answers? That is important. If I know the skills, if I have the certificates, if I have done the projects and I have all the technical skills that you need in the world, but I cannot communicate it to the interviewer, or maybe I am just walking in the interview room, or maybe I'm walking the interview meet online, and I don't present myself properly before the interviewer, do you think that the interview will be moving forward with the interview or will be interested to ask me questions? No. If I keep fumbling, will the interviewer ask me questions? No. So, confidence, personality, communication skills, and how to answer a specific question. All of that is important to get yourself interviewed, right? Next comes your technical skills. Definitely, you should have your technical skills, you should have your technical certifications, your technical project, and your degree of knowledge. Very important. But most important is honesty. Guys, I have seen so many students not being honest during their interviews. Yes, ma'am, you are talking about me. Krishna Sakhi, when did I talk about you? Can you give me a better brief about that? Yes, ma'am, you're talking about me. I'd be more than happy to know what did I talk about. Okay. Honesty. I have seen so many students putting down on their resume only to look smart that I know C++ Java. Now, when you ask them questions from Java, they don't know anything. Why did they put it in there? Because to sound smart. They might not know DBMS, DSA, SQL. They might know just one of them, but they have added, I know DBMS, I know SQL, and my level of expertise is expert, not even beginner. So if I ask them questions from that particular topic, they don't know how to answer. What do you think? Does that make you an intelligent student or does that make you an over smart student? Answer for yourself. The answer lies in the action. It's an over smart decision. Never do that. So honesty. Now understand thing. You are giving the interview for the first time. But is the interviewer taking the interview for the first time? No. That interviewer must have taken at least thousands of interviews, right? And the interviewer knows what a candidate brings in the moment they see the resume. So if it is true or false, they know it all, right? So you cannot fool the interviewer. But there's one trick that you can use the to fool them. That is the art of fooling. I have talked about that particular art of fooling in my resume course. Once you just come down on Prep Insta Prime, you come down on the resume course. I have a video on art of fooling. Now, what is that art of fooling? You can come over here, check it out, and do let me know if you want to know more about the art of fooling. I'll be more than happy to share about it right here on the live session. All right. Do you want to know what is the art of fooling? How can you fool an interviewer? Would you like to know that? If you do, I would be more than happy to share. Okay, Vaishnavi, your question is a very valid question I get from the students a lot. Um, Ma'am, if we don't know the answer of interviewer's question, how can we handle the situation? The first thing that you do is give them a smile. Don't sound uh, nervous. Don't sound like a fool. I mean, you don't have to sound like, oh, I don't know, I'm so sorry. You don't want to get nervous right there because that is the whole point of the interview. Even if you are not a know it all person. Even if you don't know something, it's absolutely fine. So, what should you do? Just give them a quick smile. Now, don't start laughing with your teeth out. Don't do that. Just a very gentle smile, right? And then tell them, sorry, sir, or my apologies, sir or ma'am. I don't have the correct answer for this question, but I will make sure that when I go back, I will get to know the answer of this question. If it is of my expertise, I'll make sure I work on that, right? That should be your answer. Your answer shouldn't be, no, I don't know. No, even if you don't know the answer, you should always say, my apologies. I don't know the exact answer to it. However, I will make it a point that I go back and research about it and know the answer for my um, well-being or for my growth or for my personal knowledge or to skill up myself. That should be your approach. It's fine if you don't know the answers, but it's better if you tell them that you would love to know about it, right? That is the answer. Did that help you out? Did that give you an extra information? Just let me know if that answer was the one that you would be looking for if you were the recruiter. Do you think that that student can be placed? Okay, now most of the students have said yes to the question of art of fooling. I mean, so many of you want to fool the interviewers, but a genuine respect to all of the interviewers and hiring managers out there. This is not fooling you. This is just a trick that the students can use in order to get themselves energized and confident. Now, what can you do is you put the topics in your resume that you have very good knowledge of, right? For example, I know I am a soft skill and a verbal trainer, right? So I have good number of soft skills, I have good number of tools knowledge, and I have good number of I am also into marketing, right? So I know good terms into marketing. What when let's say for example someone asks me that how do you very well communicate, right? I am going to answer that particular question in a way that I put in the keywords in his head. For example, let's go technical into it. I don't know the exact answer or the question, but I'm going to put it out for you. Let's say, for example, someone asks me questions from DBMS. All right. let's say, for example, there is a term of inheritance, or let's say polymorphism. So what I will do is I will try to answer a particular question in a way that I use multiple technical terms or keywords in the answer. What happens is the moment you use very good technical terms, or when you use um, processes in your answer, the interviewer forgets the next question. What will the interviewer do? The interviewer will get into the loop of asking you the question from the answer that you have given. He or she is going to pick up the keywords from your answer and ask you question on that. So you are putting a question in the mind of the interviewers very smartly. You're placing the seed of a question in his or her head. That is the art of, I wouldn't say art of fooling, but that is smart work. What are you doing? You are answering a question in a way that you are using keywords or technical terms that is going to be the further level of questions in the head of the interviewers, and the interviewer forgets the question that he or she was going to ask. You are putting the question in his or her head, right? Now you do the same thing with the next answer. You try to answer those questions in a way that you are using the terms that you are very well versed with. So the interviewer involuntarily asks the questions that the terms he has or she has heard of from your answer, right? That is smart work. I hope it helped you out. I hope you understood the meaning of smart work. But if you still did not understand, the Prepinsa Prime course is right here in front of you with open arms. You can come over here, get yourself briefed up in the resume course and understand what is the actual art of fooling, right? I would more just say it is more of smart work. Okay. Ma'am, in what way should I need to answer when the interviewer asks out of the box question or general question? See, if any of the question is out of the box, so again, none of the questions are out of the box question. Either you have mentioned that particular term or the umbrella term in your resume, or you have not read the job description correctly. There can be two scenarios, right? Obviously, if you're coming for a role of data analytics, I wouldn't ask you questions from full stack. I will ask you questions from data analytics. General questions, if you have general questions, then you can definitely use the STAR method to answer the question. That's the best way. Situation, task, action, result. I hope you know that that is the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. General based questions. And if it's out of the box question, you can just tell them, smiling very calmly, ma'am or sir, I do not know the answer of this question. Please give me some time. When I go back, I will definitely look for the answer and give myself some extra knowledge, or make sure that I learn that for myself for further growth, right? That should be your answer. Ma'am, interview Hindi में दे सकते हैं? Yes, I wouldn't say that it is absolutely incorrect, but again, that is something that an interviewer will let you know. You can just confidently ask the person that, excuse me, sir or ma'am, will it be fine if I answer the questions in Hindi, or we have the conversation in Hindi? That would make me more comfortable. If in case it's not approved from their end, then I think you're going to face some difficulty. But it's always good to ask them this question, whether they are comfortable with the language change, right? Ma'am, interviewer mostly asks this question, why should we hire you? Please tell us the best answer of this question. The best answer of this question, again, I would tell you that you're going to find it here in our HR interview, because we have a complete course for this particular question. You can also come here on the interview preparation section on our dashboard. If I can just quickly show you here, just come here, click on prepare, go to the interview prep, and you have HR interview questions here. You can come over here, get an entire preparation for the interview prep. Why should we hire you? But if you genuinely want to know the answer right here on this live session, what you can say is, why should we hire you? First thing is, I'm confident that you should hire me because I have all the skills, or I have mostly 80% or 90% of the skills that you require for this particular role, right? And then you can move forward and say that I am also a quick learner, and let's say I have, and I am open for innovation. So I think with all of the skills that I bring in, it is going to help me and your company move towards a positive growth. So we together can create a positive impact outside in the field, right? That how you can. But again, if you wish to get a proper structured answer, you can come on this dashboard. You have all the questions here for why should we hire you. You will also get that question here. Plus, if you want to understand how exactly what are the do's and the don'ts and everything, come on prepinstaprime.com. You're going to get the entire HR prep interview questions in the HR prep course. Again, you can use the coupon code YouTube, YouTube to get 80% off during our engineer sale. The link will be there right here in the live chat. All right. I hope it helped you out, Vaishnavi. What can you say is, ma'am, I have 90%, or let's say all the skills that you require for the position of this, XYZ. I am also an avid learner or a quick learner. I have good time management skills that can help you, or that can add on to my professional growth in the company, right? That way, you should always relate the questions with a positive answer, with a growth perspective answer, with a learning perspective answer. Like that, if you structure it out, it's going to definitely help you, right? Okay. All right. Any other question for the interview prep section, guys? So I was just loading this part for you. It's loaded. I've shared the links. I've shared all of this with you. Any question for the interview prep, or we are going to move towards communication skills? I think this is the part where most of the students fail during the interview. Communication skills. You have the technical skills, you have the knowledge, you have the certificates, you have the projects, but still you cannot communicate it out with the interviewers. Are you also someone who is facing this problem? Do let me know. And do let me know in which area are you facing a problem so that I can help you out with it. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Are you someone who is facing a communication skill gap? Then I have the best ways that has helped me and might also help you to secure your future. Plus, anyone who has just joined us, we are running an Engineers Day sale on our Prepinsta Prime website. So make sure that you get your Prepinsta Prime subscription right away, because whatever we're talking about right now, be it coding, be it technical, be it aptitude, or whatever it is, we have complete courses on all of this right on Prepinsta Prime. You will not have to go anywhere apart from Prepinsta Prime if you have that. Even if you're practicing for just one company or a skill or a project, you have everything on just one platform, right? Okay, ma'am, how to answer what salary do you expect? That's a very critical question. Some people just go ahead and say, I want 12 LP, nothing more than that, nothing less than that. That's a very bad way to answer. Your answer to the salary expectation part should be, firstly, you should ask the employer. Before stating my number, I would love to know, or I would be interested to know your range that you are looking out for to pay the appropriate candidate, right? Once you have done that, post that, you can say, if that range matches your expectation, you can say that, okay, this range matches my expectation. My expectation is this, with all the skills that I bring in. If there's a negotiation point, definitely negotiate on the skills that you bring in. If not, let it be there. Don't stretch it out. And that should always be the last question, right? So you can always say that. according to the skills that are required for this particular role, do let me know what would you be willing to offer. Maybe then I can help you out with the figures. Right? So this is what we have on Prep Insta Prime. Let's move towards, ma'am, can you make video about Cognizant previous year aptitude and coding questions? It is in line. It is in line, Tanya. You don't have to worry. We are there with the questions. We are there with the videos. It will be soon launched on our YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell as well so that you get notified whenever we push the videos live. All right. Finally, communication skills. How many of you think that your communication skills are low and if you want to increase them? Or if I don't get any of the answers, I would interpret that all of your communication skills are on point and we will end the live session right here. Do you want my 3 magic rules for about bettering your communication? Or do you think that your communication is already at the best of the levels, so you don't need anything at all from me? Then we can end the session right here. There's no use just listening to my voice. Right? Okay. What is up, guys? Let me know. Ma'am, what is a good way to answer the question? Introduce yourself. I mean, what are the important things that we should add and what should we discard? I think that I have answered quite enough questions for the resume part and for the interview part. Ma'am, please make a video on TCS CodeBeta Season 12 preparation. Definitely, Harshada, it is on the way. A lot of videos are lined up. We will make sure that we get all of it for you. Also, since the placement season is here, we have a Prep Insta Prime sale right up for you, Engineers Day sale. We have, like we already discussed, we need projects, we need skills, we need certification for this year. Companies are amping up, companies are looking out for the candidates that have skills and project in their resume. So if you want to be the chosen one, yes, you need to have these in your, not just basic coding, you need to have competitive level of coding. And for all of those who are going to prepare for the TCS CodeBeta session, you need to have comparative coding level of coding knowledge to pass your or to clear out the rounds for the TCS CodeBeta section plus DSA, right? All of this is important for you if you're in the foundation stages of your placement. So make sure that you go and grab your subscription right away using the coupon code YouTube. Okay, guys, I think all of you have enough communication skills, but still I'll just give you my 3 magic beans for increasing your communication. First is start talking in the language that you want to communicate. If you want to communicate in English, start talking in English. Even if you're talking broken English, no worries. Start talking. Second is listen to podcasts, start reading books, watch movies, not for random sense, for learning sense. Watch movies in English with subtitles so that you understand that language more. Thirdly, practice. Practice talking to yourself. Record your audio while talking in English or reading a paragraph. Listen to yourself again and again so that it can help you improve your communication. Lastly, vocabulary. Try to learn at least 5 words every day that can increase your vocabulary so that you don't fall at a gap of words when communicating. Those were my 4 mantras of increasing your communication. Resume building, we have done. Communication skills sorted. Verbal ability sorted, and interview prep also sorted for this session. I hope it was helpful for all of you. If yes, make sure that you come back for the other live sessions. We have a complete marathon. Tomorrow we are going to talk or discuss about the aptitude preparation, and then we have a complete coding preparation. So don't miss out on the live sessions of the live marathon for your placement preparations. Thank you so much for joining me in the live session here. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to end this live session right over here. I think it's too late now, Sambhavi and Pooja, but yes, I did give out my 4 mantras. Practice communication, listen to the language that you're talking, that you want to increase the communication in, start talking in the language that you want to communicate, and lastly, increase your vocabulary. Do this, And I'm sure by the end of 30 days, you're going to be a new person in terms of communication, right? Yes, this live session will be there on YouTube. Don't worry, you can get the link and start preparing anytime and anytime you want to. Thank you so much for joining the live session, guys. Make sure that you share this link with your friends as well, so that they can also prepare themselves on verbal, interview, resume, and communication skills. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure that you are there with us tomorrow as well as on Sunday, because we're going to practice or discuss aptitude and coding on both the days with Manish and Atulya. Plus, we also have an Engineers Day sale. So, lastly, wishing all of you a very happy Engineers Day, guys. It's Engineers Day today. And we have an 80% coupon for you on which is YouTube, to get 80% off on our Preventure Prime subscription. Thank you so much for joining us. Meet you next time. Until then, very good evening, very good night, whatever it is your schedule matches. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the session right over here.